Juniper sits in the small cell within the southern ward of Waterdeep. The iron bars enclose the cleric. However, as she sits and meditates, her mind wanders, stretching out across the broad city, the bustle and the hub of civilization in this part of the Sword Coast. Her connection is not to all of the buildings, shingled roofs, smokestacks, traveling caravans, and bustle that makes up the busy life of all of the peasants of this realm. It is further and deeper connected to the wild places of the world. Abir Terrell is a living world, and the vines and roots and leaves that connect those wild places generate a powerful, divine aura. The cleric, while trapped by the city guard, held within this cage of metal and brick, is still free. Her eyes are closed as she sits, meditating, focusing herself, reaching outward towards her god. The Oaken Lord, while muted, is still present, and held not far from her, she senses her divine conduit. The forces of the Emerald Enclave do have some sway within this massive city. However, druids and clerics and temples of nature are far and few between. This place has forgotten about the places that existed before it came into being. And the people that live here go about their lives, not knowing where fate would take them. Juniper entered Waterdeep. The individuals that were hired are now gone. And she has been accused of a crime, locked within this cell. She is waiting. Her eyes open as the door across the way is unlocked. The heavy oak of the door swings inward, and the hinges groan painfully. A small figure is marshaled in, flanked on either side by a city watchman. The cell across the way is unlocked, and the small figure is placed within. The massive key ring shatters the quiet of this place as it turns once more, and the iron bars are locked into place. The city watch leaves, not even hazarding a glance towards the cleric within the cell. June, what do you do?
I look over to the cell across from me where they put the figure, and hey,
The figure
uh,
turns slowly, and you can't see in the shadow. The face is concealed.
are you all right? All right. Well, you don't have to speak to me. And June goes back to meditating.
She's a liar.
Who? Who's a
She's a
liar?
thief and a liar.
I I don't know who she is.
Yes, you do. You've always known. It's why you're here. Your God led you here. She's a thief and a liar.
Who are you?
The figure steps into the light, and you see a pale and fragile looking elf. She has dark hair and wide, curious eyes. But there's something about her that seems unreal. Make a wisdom saving throw.
15.
You're grasping at straws. Your mind is reaching and trying to encapsulate something about this person, but it slips away like you're grabbing onto an oiled surface. It's preventing you from seeing, perhaps, or from feeling. And you realize in this moment that you're not within this cell. This is a memory, and that the figure across from you looks like the same haunted form that you saw in the grove so long ago, when you first realized that fate was moving quickly and that the gods had taken a hand in your path. What do you do?
I jump to my feet. Doddle's that you? Doddle?
Dodalia.
Dodalia. I step closer to the figure. Um, Listen, Doddle.
Dottle screams as she is attacked by the lashing tentacles of the worm that has worked its way across the stone cavern walls. The horrid creature has these interior teeth that are razor sharp and outstretched as a wet, open, gaping mouth stretches outward to try to pull her into its mouth. They strike at you again, Dottle, and you move out of the way, preventing yourself from being wrapped within their entangling, outreached grasp. Juniper, you're standing inside of a cavern, and the close quarters are claustrophobic. It smells very dusty and moldy. There's a very strong light burning from Hawk's sword off in the distance, and you hear screams as Maglo rushes forward, but then you see him drop out of sight ahead of you. Busby is moving frantically through the air, flapping its brass wings as it crashes into a number of these disgusting worms that have emerged out of the refuse that has been stretched across this cavern. There is a charnel pit in front of you. Skeletal forms, body upon body that has just been stacked. And it looks as if these are the remains that have been gathered perhaps by these creatures and built into what looks like a nest. There is a honeycomb of tunnels that has been dug through all of the skeletal remains that stretch out before you. Next to you, Saray has one of these worms pinned on the end of a spear, holding it outstretched as its tentacles lash out. And to your surprise, these tentacles seem to be able to stretch out and strike you as you stand further in the back of the group. Your shield is held before you, and you have the warm, healing glow of the Oaken Lord emanating from your hand as you are moving forward to try to repair some of the damage that these creatures have wrought upon your allies. Next to you is the strange, pink-haired, half-elven form of Ellery Seaborn. Ellery, would you describe yourself, please?
Leary is standing kind of with a little bit of a husk, getting a grip of what is going on around her. She has the expression of trying to piece things together. Perhaps she's confused and trying to build up herself in the moment. She is wearing a gray bodice, some brown kind of suede pants, boots, and looks like she could throw a decent punch.
The half-elf has a shield and a sword drawn and is pushing kind of closer behind you. The corridor behind you trails off, and the site of the battle against the skeletons and the abandoned campsite lies behind you. No one has moved further than Dottle, and Dottle is climbing on the floor, or on the ceiling, some distance off on the wall ahead of you. Maglo has fallen as he has been struck by one of these worms, and you're uncertain of what's happening. Hawk, you have been engaged with a number of these creatures. However, Calder has grabbed onto one of them and has forcibly shoved it up against the wall as he is wrestling directly with it. Its tentacles are lashing out wildly. Our initiative order is as stands, and we are going to start directly with that. Maglo, you are going to go first. You are currently paralyzed and unable to directly act. So, you've already failed your save for that. We are going to move over to Calder. Calder, what are you doing?
Well, so wrestling with this giant tentacle worm thing. Well, I would like to disentangle myself from it because Dottle is still in the air, yes?
Dottle is on the wall, climbing over here. Can you see that purple circle that I put onto Roll20? So Harold is not with her. Harold is back here somewhere hiding.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Harold's not climbing on the wall with you.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to do that with Spider Climb. So, oh wait, you did put Harold in the bag.
I did put Harold in the bag, yeah, but I was like,
I'm
that
gonna leave it
works
up to
for
you.
me. Sorry?
What do you want to do? What would you like to do, Momo? Would you like to have Harold with you, or do you want Harold running around back here?
I never said that I was taking Harold out of the bag.
All right.
But it would make sense for me to be like, you know what, buddy, you don't have to go into this very dangerous situation with me.
All right.
So
you
I would have
Harold
been
behind.
like, stay here, bud.
Harold's running around back here. Also, not a super safe situation, but still, you gotta choose your battles in this situation.
I absolutely picture any fight we go into, Harold is like Baby Groot in that first scene in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah. I mean, would like to be more helpful than a chicken really could be. All right. So Calder, you were grappling with this creature. You are able to do whatever you like. If you want to move away, though, it will incite an attack of opportunity.
Right, and these things are super gross.
And they can stretch, like they can hit from a distance. With their
Damn.
tentacle. Tentacle? Tentakai?
Nasty. All right. So, I mean, yeah, I guess I should probably take care of the one that is in my face. I should at least attempt this.
Yes, please, friend.
Yeah.
You've already hit this one here pretty heavily, and this one has taken damage as well.
Okay. Well,
this one seems to be fresh. And there's another that is fighting Doddle that no one sees.
Okay, so I would like to just attack the one that is like very involved with me, so that should it die, I might eliminate some obstacles for myself moving around. So yeah, I guess I'll attack the one that's up in my face.
Outstanding, Calder.
Yeah.
So, how would you like to attack this worm as it lashes at you? Its razor sharp teeth are snapping at your face, and you feel this wet splash across your cheek.
I would like to stab it a couple of times, maybe.
Okay, so you're going to use your vicious scimitar.
I am, yes.
Oh boy. I would like to. Oh, you've got a whip. I forgot we gave that to you.
I do. See, my idea here, if I may share.
Yeah.
I was hoping to maybe like Indiana Jones Doddle out of the way of this thing, or
you might still be able to do that, but you currently are in like hand to hand with this creature, so you
yeah,
have to free yourself up.
Yeah, and I would like to get out of hand to hand with this creature while avoiding being paralyzed if I can. So perhaps kill it first.
Valid strategy, my friend.
Yeah.
Being paralyzed is great. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm having a whale of a time with it.
This is the best game of D&D.
Somebody has to save the princess, okay?
Yeah. Maglo, I think, is the princess in this scenario. Vicious scimitar strikes. You get 2 attacks, my friend. So go ahead and roll 2 attacks. If you're gonna spin above, and if you do destroy this thing, you then will be able to take a move action. So
hey yo, all right, let's. Oh boy, pray for me. Boop. There's the boop. Oh, all right. Hey. Okay.
All right.
There's one.
You do hit with your first attack, and your blade slashes across the underbelly of this worm, and this black green ooze starts to just spray out of it as it shrieks. Sounds a little bit like a baby, but they're weird that way.
That's unfortunate. Oh.
Okay, so it is still standing. Do you wish to use your second attack against it?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, I do. All right. Boop.
I'm just picturing like, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Yeah.
And again, you pivot, and you're used to fighting in close combats, as you have been on a number of sailing vessels, and as a pirate, you have learned the very nimble ways of dealing with close quarters and sword fighting. So you kind of push your back up against Hawks and you stab forward, and your scimitar jabs into this creature again, and it shrieks, and it immediately pulls itself further back away from you. It does not fall. So if you would like to move, you may, but it will get a free attack. You've certainly got its attention.
Aw. I don't think I have another attack that I can do I?
You do have an action surge.
Oh yeah.
Oh, do you? Yeah. So
maybe.
you could spend your surge. You do have it.
Okay.
You didn't spend it last session, so you can do this. If you do this once per short turn, you get a free action on one of your turns. It would give you a free attack or whatever else you wanted to do.
Okay.
So if you wanted to try to do the whip thing with Dottle, you could take a hit, step over to where you could see her, and then try to get the whip into the area. Or you could attack the thing again. Okay, great.
No, I want to Indiana Jones this. I could take a hit.
Yeah, you
as
can.
long as it doesn't paralyze me completely. Oh boy.
If it helps, I have a plan that I feel quite confidently with. If you would like to, but you do you, man.
Well, I don't know how Dottle would communicate plan other than the shrieking that's happening on the outside of the cavern right now. So let's just say, Calder, that you do the move if you want. If you want to stay there and keep fighting, you can. So go ahead and take one step forward. And in fact, that would put you, I would say that's 5 feet. So I think that's just repositioning. You're not going to take an attack of opportunity because you are still within, you're going to take that attack of opportunity though, because when you do the whipping to try to save Dottle, that's going to, it's going to enact the attack. So it's not the move that's going to do it. It's the attack where you're not dealing with this thing as it's fighting you.
Fair enough.
Okay, so you move yourself over, and you are now standing right next to Maglo. And Maglo is on the ground, face up, and you can see his eyes. And his eyes, Maglo, your eyes are not paralyzed. And parts of your face, you can kind of feel it washing across your body as this weird venom works its way through your system. And you desperately want to move as there's another of these worm creatures that's rising up above you. And you see Calder kind of step over you as your boy kind of blocks you. So you're in a better position now that Calder's here. You see all of this happening. And Calder, you grab your whip as this worm creature turns and its tentacles are writhing about. Go ahead, and if you would like to try to wrap your whip around Dottle, all you have to do is make a strike with it. It is a non-lethal sort of situation, but go ahead and try to hit Dottle's AC.
Oh boy. Okay. Pray for me, fellas.
Whoa, that is a natural
20. He can't be stopped.
You successfully kill Dottle with that strike. Good job. No,
wait,
it's a natural 20. Yeah, well, you would be doing double damage with this whip, but you do not. You actually perfectly wrap the whip around Dottle's leg. Go ahead and give me a second roll, because house rules request that you try to roll another natural 20 to see if something amazing happens. It does.
I can't.
That is
physically
two natural 20s.
This is insane.
You did this that in the last session
time.
too.
I did.
Yeah, last session Calder did that. In this dungeon, we've gone into 2 rooms and Calder has done 2 nat 20s.
I think we know who the protagonist of the story is.
Absolutely.
It's like,
Lord
okay,
almighty.
so now I need you to burst out into a song about how great you are.
Yeah.
I physically could not. Throw up would come out instead.
All right. So with that, I need you to roll one more time because if you get 3, we're gonna alter the campaign forever.
Oh my gosh.
When you bring her back, Donald's just an elf.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
You whip the problem out of Doddle.
Yeah, whips the curse out
That's
of
it. She, no longer cursed. Great job. Whip the curse out of her. No, that doesn't happen. What happens is you wrap your leg around Doddle, and where do you want to put Doddle? Because I'm giving you this. I'm not even making you make any further rolls here because I was going to have you do acrobatics and all that. We're just saying you accomplish that. Do you want to pull Doddle to you, or do you want to put Doddle somewhere else?
I would like to put her maybe like between Hawk and Saray, and sort of like behind Maglo. Maybe that seems like kind of a safe spot between those people.
Okay,
There's that
so
worm there, though.
with that information, let me narrate this for you. Calder, you step forward, and this creature lashes out at you, missing you. So, like, it strikes at you, and there's a wet plop as its body drops down right where you were standing, and you throw your sword down, and it sticks in the ground in front of you as you, with the same hand, grab your whip and fling it outward as you unsheath it, and it perfectly wraps around the corner, and Doddle, this worm, is about to strike down at you. And as these teeth come right for your head, your whole body pulls away, and you see the worm hit the stone and fall off of it into the bones beneath. And you are pulled through the air and fly over Calder's head, over Hawk's head, and land right here. Saray and Hawk are standing on either side of you. There is another worm in front of you, but Saray currently has it pinned with a spear. Harold runs up and jumps on your head. And
That could have gone better, buddy.
I don't even care what happens for the rest of the day.
Thank you, Calder.
yeah,
just
so that's Calder's turn. Does anybody else? Should we just skip over and go back to Calder, or?
Yeah. I bequeath my turn.
Yeah, it's like we should just not do anything else.
No, that'll jinx it. That'll jinx it.
What's
Calder's
the new
got
tagline?
this.
It's like, I renounce my time. Fuck you.
Stop putting off big hero vibes, my friend. All right.
I
So
want the Indiana Jones theme.
We can do that. No, we can't.
No, we can't. But
We can't. We really can't.
I want to
Saray,
in my heart.
it's in our minds and our hearts.
Thank
Saray, it is now your turn. What would you like to do? Calder just did all that.
I'm like holding this thing down and like looking over, like.
Yeah, let's not discount the fact that you were moderately badass in spearing this thing and holding it back, but yeah, the young lad just showed you up.
Yeah.
Who's this child?
So I'm gonna attack the worm that's on my spear because I presume it's still alive. I'm like struggling with it, right?
As much as all of you would like to have these things horribly die, even though they've taken a massive amount of damage, they continue to writhe and fight as if they had just attacked you. They don't show any sign of slowing.
Woof. Okay. I'm gonna try and it's stuck to my thing, so I'm gonna try and beat it against the wall.
If you wish to keep it grappled, I need you to make an athletics or an acrobatics check.
Cool. What do I have higher?
Calder is the new leader, right?
I mean,
Like,
just
by-
by sheer amazingness, Calder is in charge.
It's like how
This is his
old
worst
kingdoms
nightmare.
used to decide king, just like
Yeah,
the most
it's-
powerful person in the nation.
It's been foretold. I don't know what to say. Have you seen these or what?
This is too much responsibility. I have to
Yeah,
find
well, you
a
don't
way
have
out
to
of
do
this.
anything. You're just one of those leaders that shows up and just does stuff. So don't worry about that. You're gonna kirk it all the way.
I'm gonna acrobatics this.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
whip
Okay.
my way into good leadership.
It'll work.
It's your tagline.
No.
Whip him into shape.
Yeah.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Boom.
Oh, hell.
Okay.
Nice.
13,
you rolled
sorry.
with an advantage.
No, I didn't have an advantage. It's just the 13.
Oh,
My
okay.
bad.
The
It rolled
13
twice for whatever
So
reason.
it's fighting against your spear, and it does not break loose, but you do feel your grip on it loosening. So you are concerned that this thing is stronger than you expected it to be. So
Okay.
you're really fighting with it in this moment.
Okay,
And-
so then I'm gonna, if I know I'm losing grip, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna attack. I'm just gonna fling it as far as I can into the pit, and just try and fling it into the pit.
You're gonna push it. So go ahead and make an athletics check, and Hawk, make an acrobatics check.
Why did it do it twice?
You're rolling with advantage. You always roll with advantage on that. So
Oh,
you did get an 18. Okay, let's go back here. You have a full firm grip on it. You roll with an advantage with that weapon. So your spear, because of your monkly abilities, is giving you an advantage on that.
I got a 6.
Okay.
You are clicking your spear, correct? Or
No.
are you? No, you're rolling. Yeah, you have an advantage on acrobatics and athletics checks because you're.
that's what the dot means?
So
'Cause
it's
I'm
gonna roll. It's
proficient?
automatically rolling for you, and that's why it's rolling twice.
Got it, okay.
So those are your actual rolls. Your second.
Got it, okay. I was-
Hawk, you do move back. You take a step, but Saray pushes forward and repositions the spear as she pins it into the wall next to you. And you've got a firm grip on this worm, Saray. What kind of attack are you going to try to make against it?
Oh, no, I'm not attacking it. I'm flinging it into the pit.
Right. That was before we realized that you had a firm grip on it.
No,
Do you
I'm
wanna
still
toss
going to
it?
fling it
Okay.
into the pit. Yeah.
Okay. Hawk, that was a bad acrobatics check. You do take a step off to the side, and Saray, you push it, but you kind of barrel into Hawk. Hawk, you take so you see this creature fling forward, and it is going to make an attack of opportunity on you, Saray. It's going to strike you.
Woof.
Make a Constitution saving throw, please. Okay, you actually are fine. Its tentacle lashes out at you. It only strikes you once, and you take 5 points of damage. Hawk, they are right next to you. You don't end up pushing it into the pit. It is now right here. And Maglo is dangerously underfoot. And Saray, if you could move yourself forward,
Yeah.
please.
And then I'm going to say, because I see Doddle now is next to me, I'm going to be like, Doddle, just light it on fire.
Yeah, Doddle should be back here. Hopefully that moves her. If not, Doddle, put yourself right about there. Okay. So, Saray, you
Doddle.
technically have.
Light it on fire. You need just light the pit on fire.
What about Maglo?
Is Maglo in there? When did he get in there?
Is Maglo in the
He's
pit?
not in the pit. He's at the edge of the pit. So the pit is
Yeah.
back here.
I can imagine Calder just like kicking Maglo from rolling
Okay,
fully into the.
but they're
Kick him over. And
so Doddle's behind me, so Doddle can't actually see the pit now.
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick up Doddle, and I'm like, here, trying to.
Okay.
trying
Let me
to
stop you
give
there.
her-
Let me stop you
give
there.
her
Let me stop you
sight
there.
so she can see it.
Yeah, you've already performed all your
Oh,
regular
okay,
actions.
okay.
You could do a move action technically. You were
Got it.
trying to push this creature into the pit. It kind of ended when the athletics check failed.
Okay, so then I'm just.
you're pushing this thing, but it's too powerful. It's too big, and it's like locking itself down. So I'm actually going to say that your turn is done because
Okay,
you
that's
did
fine.
spend your entire thing. Do you have a bonus action or something that you want to do?
I mean, probably, but it's fine. Just Doddle, just light the pit on fire.
You could attack unarmed strike or flurry of blows or something like that if you want. No?
It's
Okay.
fine. Doddle,
Okay.
just light the pit on fire. Can you use a fireball or something?
Okay.
All right. It is Doddle's turn. So Doddle, peril is on your head. You are safe-ish, on the backside of the group now, where you're not in the middle here. You hear the shrieking ahead of you, and you see Saray with this enormous worm-like creature lashing out down at all of you. Hawk is standing next to another of these creatures that is currently attacking where Calder is standing, and you see some other movement further in the darkness there. Hawk, your light spell is still emanating from your sword, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's very bright right here, and you can't really see back here because of the light that's being shown in this area. What would you like to do, Doddle?
Can I see Maglo?
You cannot.
But at any point see him basically fall into the pit?
He didn't fall into the pit, he fell at the edge of the pit, but you did see that, yes.
Fuck! Okay! Do I listen to Saray? Here's the question.
Do you want to drop your spider climb, or do you want me to make a concentration check to keep it?
I'm leaning towards casting a new spell, so probably not. I'm just wondering which spell I cast. So I could use a fireball, but that is 20 feet. I don't even know if this thing is big enough. Let's see here. Yeah, it's like, if I cast a fireball, we are gonna explode.
You're saying this, are you saying this to, out loud?
No, this is all echoey in Doddle's head, like,
okay.
Saray
let me jump in Doddle's head here for just a second. Hi, it's me. So your fireball, you can place it and not have it, like, just because it's 20 feet doesn't mean it has to be in that space. Like, it's not going to blow back on you if you don't intend for it to. Okay. There are dangers to using the fireball spell. However, you could start the fireball spell at a certain place as long as you could see it, and then the rest of it would kind of disappear into the back or like hit a wall or whatever. It's not going to blow up right on you.
I'm not gonna listen to Saray. I do say that out loud, but then I realized that I did, and I'm like, anyway, did not mean to. I'm gonna reach into my pocket and take out what looks like a little doll hand. I'm gonna whisper some Elvish into it, and then I'm gonna like punch it into the ground, and I'd like a hand to come up out of the pit. Please and thank you, and I'd like to cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp, and I would like it's a 5-foot diameter. I'd like it to come out like right underneath Maglo and like push him back.
Okay. Maximilian's Earthen Grasp. I need to check something on it. I think that you can definitely cause it to come up and help you out.
Yeah.
As far as like the finer manipulation of anything, it's a 5-foot space unoccupied that you can see within range, and even though there's bones and everything there, that counts as unoccupied. A medium hand made from compact soil rises there and reaches for one creature that you see within 5 feet of it. The creature must make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, the target takes 2d6 bludgeoning damage and is restrained for the duration. You could continue to crush that creature. They'd have to try to break out. As an action, you can cause the hand to reach a different creature and move to an unoccupied space within range. So, I think what I'm taking out of this is that this is sort of an attacking hand. It's got a certain amount of strength to it. It's a elemental force that you're kind of using these arcane energies to tap into and call forth. It's not something that you can do a lot of fine detail with, and I'm going to allow you to attempt to move Maglo with it, but I'm going to put some sort of risk to it. If that sounds fair to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are summoning this hand, and it's actually around for a minute if you choose to have it there. Go ahead and...
What is this risk? Am I gonna crush Maglo?
It could possibly, you know this before you cast it, is that typically this thing is a very destructive elemental hand that you pull up out of the earth. You could use it to help move Maglo, but it's sort of a last-ditch effort, probably choice, because if you fail at the spell, you could very easily crush Maglo.
Just set it on fire.
I'm not trying to push you towards just setting things on fire, but I want you to, with this earthen grasp, I would hate for you to...
I don't want to crush Maglo.
Yeah, I mean, who would want to do that? But at the same
fucked
time...
up enough.
Yeah, you can't really use earthen grasp to do your taxes. It's definitely a make it hurt sort of spell.
Ugh.
Does somebody else need to be lassoed?
Yeah, hey, just you got Lasso Boy here. What do you need an earthen grasp for?
Give me a second to let me get creative with this then. All right, so it
Yeah,
doesn't have to be
please.
20 feet. Okay, cool.
And to be clear, I'm very willing to allow you to do this, but there will be a risk of danger.
Yeah, you see, Nox, I'm dating the guy that plays Maglo, and it's gonna be a really awkward movie and dinner after this if I kill his character. So we're not gonna do that right now.
I know your boyfriend, and he is a suffer puppet, so I think he would probably be into it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not taking any chances. I care about this relationship too much. So
All
we're
right.
just gonna.
Well, that's sweet. That's sweet. I would hate to be part of wrecking it, so let's not do that then.
Okay. So Donald is gonna look at the walls of the cave, and she's gonna spot some literal shit on the wall, and she's gonna like scoop it up in her hand, and almost like it's flint and tinder, she's gonna go like, and then like have a fireball appear in the pit.
You grab some guano off the wall and you squish it in your hands, and immediately you create the sparks. Where do you want to place some fire?
So I saw when I was over here that this tunnel goes like up, right? Not up, but like in that direction, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, I'd like to put it... Can I put it over... What's the range on this sucker? 150 feet!
As long as you can see it.
Oh, I can't see it now, can I?
No.
Can I move?
Yes.
I would like to move. Please.
One of the creatures will be able to attack you if you do that. Oh, no, it will not. It's already used its reaction this turn. So it cannot attack you.
Fuck you, worm! Yeah, let's rock and roll! Let's move!
Yeah, so we'll say that Doddle risks it, and the creature lashes and just misses horribly for dramatic effect.
Yeah, move, bitch!
But
get out the
roll
way!
out of the way of some tentacles. The worm has a look on its face of utter pain as you call it a bitch.
Aww.
And it cries, just a single tear rolls down its worm face, and it continues to attack everybody.
Nox.
It's what he deserves.
No, the worm doesn't care. The worm is fine. It doesn't speak your language.
All right.
I only get our sad, gross worm things. And that's really an emotional tag for me, so that really made me sad.
It's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Okay, so...
No one tried to negotiate with these creatures.
No,
That's
murder.
True, we did just attack it.
Murder.
Can I hop on Maglo's head? Like right here? So I can see down.
Yeah, just curb stomp him.
Curb stomp him.
Yeah, the answer is yes. You can jump on Maglo's head. If you
Okay,
choose.
I'm gonna jump on Maglo's head and go. And I'd like to cast it like way over here so that we can get this 20-foot radius situation going.
Okay.
Oh, but then it would go into. Oh, wait. No, never mind.
Before you stand there,
Yeah,
if you move to that position,
yeah.
that worm has not used its reaction yet, and it will try to attack you.
Okay.
It only gets one attack, but if you want to keep going, you can, no problem. But there will be an attack. Sorry, it's positional, so.
if I'm by Maglo, I
Yes.
could also help Maglo.
Yes.
I'm gonna.
Calder is also standing over Mags, so.
Yes.
Okay. God, dungeon
I mean,
crawls are difficult.
I know. There's technically 2 squares there, so you can still stand there. It's just if you move into that space, the other worm is going to attack you.
Okay, we're not. Can I cast it in a good radius if I don't stand there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
You can. Yeah. Okay. So take yourself back a square.
All right.
You're still near other worms. You're in the danger zone, but nobody's going to attack you immediately.
Okay.
And you can cast over to here, and you can tell me where you want more or less your. Is this a fireball spell? Yeah. So you can tell me where you want it to stop. I'm imagining you don't want to blow up Calder and Maglo.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I just want to get as much
Yeah.
of this area as I can without blowing up my friends.
So we don't need to make this really complex. What you're doing is filling this space with fire using your fireball spell.
Yes.
And so the single worm that is in there, or the 2 worms, I'm sorry. There are 2 worms that are going to need to make some saving throws, and we will see how they do against your fireball. You can go ahead and roll damage, and I will deal with their dex saves, and we will
I have
see
to
how they
roll
do.
to hit, yeah?
This is a fireball spell, which means that it explodes in a radius, and
Right.
the creatures that are inside have to make dexterity saves to try to lessen the damage. So go ahead and roll. For you, it is. Are you casting this at higher than 4th level?
No, it's 3rd level, and I just accidentally rolled on D&D Beyond, and it's 31.
31 points of damage.
Yes.
And your spell save DC is 15. Is that correct?
16.
16. Look at you. Both. Oh, nope. This one succeeds. One of them fails. One of them succeeds. So one of them takes. I'm sorry. You said 31. Wow. Okay. So you hear inside of the flames that just echo through this chamber as everything ignites around you, and the smell of burnt cobwebs and soot and bone fill the chamber as this eruption of flame rocks the cavern. The guano in your hands is dripping off, Dottle, and you see the charred form of this worm that's right in front of Calder, writhing in the flames as it shrieks. And the other one on the wall, you don't know where it is, but you hear shrieks off in the distance. When the fireball subsides and everything settles, this charred worm is lashing out in pain. It is still moving, though. That takes us... Is there anything else you want to do, Dottle, as like a bonus action, or...
Bonus action, hide. I'm just gonna take a step. Who's beside me right now?
You are right next to Saray and Hawk.
Just gonna like twirl, and so I'm right behind Hawk.
Okay, so you kind of spin behind Hawk, and you are hiding now. Juniper, you are up. You hear this shriek as fire rocks through, and everything's happening quickly, and you're holding onto this shield, and there's an echo in your mind of that strange vision, and the smell of the jail cell in Waterdeep is still with you, and you hear liar, thief, and it just kind of trails off. What do you want to do, Juniper?
Punches all. No, I'm kidding.
Yep. Okay, so you hit, and that's 27 points of automatic damage. No, go ahead. What do you really doing?
I really want to do. Jeez. Right, Maglo's down, right?
You cannot see Maglo.
I can't see him. Okay.
You heard him scream.
Oh, I see.
You shouted out in pain, and then you lost sight of him. And Busby's freaking the hell out.
What else? freaking know, Busby. We might just have to.
But on the upside, it seems that Calder has it well in hand, and you could probably leave.
I could probably leave.
Yeah, Calder's got this.
Okay, and then there's the worm still that Saray and Hawk have. I still see that.
Yeah, there are worms in front of you. The main thing that you're seeing right now are Hawk and Saray fighting worms.
I don't want to kill my friends. God damn it. Okay. Okay, then June's gonna just Hawk, Saray, can you like duck for a second?
I immediately duck.
What are you trying to do, Juniper?
June's gonna try to. God damn it! Is that the right one I want to do? Yes, June is going to pull a Sacred Flame on the worm.
All right.
Let me see. Okay.
Flame-like radiance descends on the creature that you can see within range. So the Sacred Flame, actually, you can do it in a way that it's not going to cause your allies to be within the striking range. And that means that they just need to make their dexterity saving throws. And what would you like to do?
I wanted to be dramatic and like run over and like try to like jump and do it. That's what I was like.
Yeah, you can still do that.
Okay, because I don't want to like kick them in like the throat or something.
Yeah, I'll allow you to be as narrative with this as you want.
Prince Zuko.
Yeah, so you're gonna leap forward as this radiance and divine energy shoots from your hand.
Yes. Yes. So I'm basically just running, and it's almost like I'm trying to hop over, but not quite, so that I can like shoot it below me.
Well,
Very
the first thing that
dramatically.
I want you to do is to use your move action. So put yourself wherever you're going to be
Yes.
in relation to the rest of these creatures. And this is a single attack, so you can attack one of them.
Oh yeah, there's the other one. Yeah. I can't move there. Okay, I'm right on the edge. Ooh, that's scary. Yeah, that one that's like right over. That Saray has basically.
Yeah, so...
I don't have it anymore.
Oh, well,
yeah,
that's
you,
fine.
Yeah, you do. It's still on your spear, and you're pushing it back. So you don't have it pinned any longer, but you are grappling with it. So you duck down, and Juniper leaps forward, and you kick it, causing narrative damage as its slimy head lashes back, and the tentacles hit the wall, and then you follow it through with this blast of radiant divine light as for a moment this kind of greenish white blur of natural energy like sunlight beams out of your hand, and it strikes down on this creature, and you can it fails its saving throw. So now you would do you're doing this at 5th level, so it's 2d8.
Yes. I rolled once. I'll roll one more time. 13.
You do 13 points of damage, and it burns through the side of this creature as Saray has the spear held deep inside of it. And as it lashes back, it turns to you, and its tentacles strike out once more before it falls limp and dead on Saray's spear.
Oh, thank God.
It shrieks loudly.
So can June just be okay? June's just gonna look over her shoulder at Saray and go, "How's that?"
Yeah. So that is your turn. The first thing that happens is Hawk is standing there. His blade is glowing through the eldritch powers of his abilities as his sword kind of burns brightly, casting light into the distance. And there's a sheen off of his armor as he turns back just as June and Saray finish the first of the worms. And he turns towards the other one, seeing that it's about to strike towards Calder. And determinedly, he turns and attacks that creature. Let me pull up his character sheet. I'm going to just use his Hexblade Curse, as immediately there is a wash of dark energy that swirls about Hawk as the blade shifts and the light changes. While it is still emanating a light that is illuminating the space, the color of that light shifts and turns into a deep purple tone that has a radiation of dark energies in the center of it. There is a swirl of shadow around Hawk as he holds onto this blade, and somewhere in the far, far distance of the cavern, you swear that you hear a raven cawing, and he pulls back and swings his sword, and it strikes into the worm in front of him, and he crits. And because he has crit, he has begun to actually drain the life out of this creature. So with a swing, the sword falls downward onto the worm. It severs the top part of the worm's head as it lashes out, and black and green gore splatters across Maglo, Calder, and Hawk as it sprays a gout of gore. And it shrieks, and its head splits, and Hawk stands there, and the darkness around Hawk grows, and Hawk regains 7 hit points.
Wow.
So Hawk looks fully healed, and has just slaughtered this worm. There are now, as far as anyone knows, there are 2 worms, maybe just one. You can't see the other one that fell. But the charred one in the pit is still lashing wildly. Hawk looks into the back and of where the rest of the group is, and then looks down at Maglo. And that moves us over to Illyri. What would you like to do?
I'd like to look over at Harold the chicken, see what's going on there, assess the situation, come around the side of this cavern, assess the situation, possibly attack something.
The chicken is pecking at the tentacle of the dead creature that June just shattered with this arcane energy. And it's just like, and is pecking its beak against a dead tentacle.
So brave.
All right. That doesn't interest me, so I'm gonna go around the corner and see what all the commotion's about.
As you lose interest in the chicken, a single tear runs down the chicken's face, and you move forward. I'm sorry, I'm full of jokes today. Go ahead.
Full of single tears.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move my person around, I guess. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You may move up to your movement speed. If you choose to spend your entire action moving, you can double that speed.
I want to get to fighting something as soon as possible.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's called a dash, and it's not always the right thing to do, but it is something that you can do. So if you'd like to fight something, you're going to want to move through your allies and move up here to the front where Maglo is. So you can move past people, and you're pretty nimble, so you kind of like leap through the fray, and even though it's a tight kind of claustrophobic tunnel, you do manage to push your way towards the front of the fray where there is a charred, tentacled worm.
Still need a hand up here?
Maglo is paralyzed on the ground in front of you, and Calder is posing dramatically after doing some amazing stuff. It's just like, it looks like he's about to bust out into song, but you're not sure. Behind you, there are 2 dead worms. Hawk is currently apparently vampirically draining the life essence out of one of them, and June is radiating divine energy as Saray has a spear embedded into the corpse of one. The creature in front of you is writhing and charred.
Most of us are covered in slime and gore at this point, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Doddle
I have rat
is
shit on my hand.
yeah, Doddle is dripping guano.
So the thing in front of me is still relatively alive?
Oh yeah, it's lashing outward.
Okay, I would like to I'd like to end its misery if possible.
Go for it.
Okay.
How would you like to attack it?
With my sword into its skull.
Okay, so you have 2 attacks, and you can choose to use the same attack, or you could use, however you choose to do it. You do have a rapier. You are going to strike forward and go ahead and roll 2 attacks. Hillary with a 19 definitely hits. And you do 9 points of damage as you lunge forward with your first attack. Your rapier stabs into the charred worm, and a gush of this black-green viscous fluid kind of pours out of its underbelly as you see it loll back, and these weird glass-like eyes fixate on you as the razor-sharp interior fangs of the creature begin wildly clacking, and it shrieks in pain. You have 1 more attack. Would you like to use it on the same creature?
Yes, while also shrieking in fear.
Okay, so screaming in fear, you stab forward once more and stab it again. And go ahead and make your roll to attack. Okay, that is a 12. And your second stab, perhaps because you had stumbled back when it started shrieking, it startled you, but you stab and you just kind of hit the air as you trip over Maglo and kind of like step to catch yourself. So you are done with your actions unless you have a bonus action that you would like to do.
I'm all good.
You're all good. Okay, so we are then going to move down to the end of the turn. Ellery, this creature has just been stabbed by you, and as such, it immediately rears its head back and attempts to attack you. It has a number of attacks. It's going to split these up. One of the tentacles is coming towards you. One of the tentacles is going towards Calder, and then it is going to attempt to bite you as well, Illyri. So let's see. The first tentacle misses. The bite, however, does hit you. So it pulls itself forward. A tentacle slaps down in front of you as you stumble over Maglo, and then you feel its jaws wrap around your shoulder as it bites down. And you take 9 points of piercing damage as it bites into your shoulder, and you feel a wet, warmth, pain kind of ravage your shoulder as you feel a strange vibration from its like tongue as it's trying to press into your flesh and start to draw the blood out of your body. Okay, the other tentacle is going after Calder. You know how you were posing and looking real cool, Calder?
Yeah.
Yeah, a tentacle lashes out and slaps you. And you get hit with a tentacle. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please. And I do believe you get an advantage on that, maybe?
Oh, wow. How do I...
Let's
Oh,
take a
there we
look
go.
here. I don't know that that's the case, but you might. No, you don't. Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
There we go. Did that work?
You do have a lot of lucky, just
Whoa.
in case you need it. You have definitely made that Constitution saving throw with a 24, Calder. You get hit with this tentacle and you laugh, and laugh and laugh as the
Like,
tentacle
fair
tickles.
enough.
It's a very ticklish tentacle. You look down at Maglo, you're like, I really don't see what the problem was here, buddy. You do, however, take the damage from the strike.
All right.
It's just the blood alcohol content.
That's right.
Just
Right,
thins out.
It just
Yeah.
immediately
You take
neutralizes.
8 points of damage as the tentacle hits you. However, the slimy venom that's left after the tentacle strikes you, it smells acrid and strange, but it doesn't do anything. You resist the strange tingling sensation that kind of washes over your skin where you've been hit.
Pretty sure I had a shot of that stuff last week.
And there is motion
Oops. Accident.
below.
Okay.
Let me just make sure that I can do this. And immediately from the bones, let's see if that works. The other worm that was deeper in the cavern leaps up and is attacking. Gonna attack. You two are in the front, same as before. It's gonna it's gonna put a bite and a tentacle on Calder, and it's gonna put a single tentacle on Illyri.
Put a tentacle.
Yeah. Currently, Calder, your AC is 16. The bite strikes you. The tentacle misses.
Ooh.
So you feel the sharpened fangs of this worm latch down on you, and you take 9 points of damage as it bites into you and rips backwards, tearing at your flesh. You feel the warmth of blood start to seep into your coat. And Illyri, you're attacked by the tentacle. Oh, ouch. The tentacle hits and is going to cause a critical on you.
Damn.
So, Illyri. 14 points of damage as you are rocked backwards by this tentacle that strikes you, Illyri, and pushes you back up against the wall. And you see it bite down onto Calder and pull its head back as it's lashing wildly. It doesn't look as burnt as the other worm. And so the fireball that rocked through this cavern and charred everything within sight, it really did a number on the worm in front of Calder right now. But this other one that just rose up seems to be healthier. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me, please. Oh no. Illyri, you immediately feel the strike of the tentacle as this wet lick of mucus washes across your face, and it's in your eyes and your mouth, and you spit it out, and you feel immediately woozy, and you feel your arm drop to the side, and your rapier hits the ground as your knees buckle and you topple on top of Maglo.
Or does she? Can I use Flash of Genius even though I'm paralyzed?
That's a great question. Flash of Genius works in a magical way.
So I'm thinking this Flash Genius is going to work through Busby, and Busby's going to be the one to just and then click and then understand what to do.
You have convinced me, my friend. I'm not even going to look anything up. So using Busby, tell me how this would work.
So I'm not sure if Illyri isn't paralyzed. It's a +4 to the roll, which means it'll be a 13. So that might not work.
Yeah, so your body begins to weaken. Go ahead and mark that Flash of Genius off, my friend. Yeah, that's bonkers. Illyri, you fall backwards and you feel the rapier drop, and then at the last moment, Busby just barrels into your chest and grabs you, and this light starts flashing in your eyes, and it strobes extremely quickly, and you're covered in a yellowish light. And for a moment you feel strange, and you swear that you taste sea spray, and you feel the rocking of a ship underneath your feet. And you hear a voice. Stand. Stand. Don't fall. And it's your brother, and he's in front of you on the ship. The sirens call as you are working to tow the line, and you're pulling it through, but you're exhausted. You've been working for hours and you're feeling faint, and you hear your brother shouting behind you, stand, don't fall. You're embarrassing me. And behind him, you see the form of the captain, shadowed with the sky past him, and there's, waves are crashing everywhere. And as the captain kind of turns and watches you're grabbing onto this rope, and all that washes away in an instant, and you are standing in this cavern, and this metal bird, is flashing this light in your eyes, and you just make the difficulty check to not be paralyzed, and you are not paralyzed. By on the number, button exact, because of that flash of genius. So that was clutch. You were not on the ground and paralyzed, because that would have been bad. Also, however, they are done. That is the end of their attacks, and we are going back up to the top of the round. Maglo, I'm sorry to say, my friend, you are still paralyzed. And is there anything that you can do while being paralyzed? I don't think so.
Could Busby give me advantage with the roll?
Well, you can't roll to get out of this now. You've already failed your roll, and its effects are lasting for the entire... Wait. Nope, yep, end of your turn. Go ahead and make this roll. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, and I can with advantage.
If Busby helps you, yes, because it's a new round, yes, Busby could do that. Yeah, because that was the last round that Busby did anything.
Fantastic. It's a Constitution save?
You have to make a Constitution save. You can do so now with an advantage. That is a natural.
And that 12 is going to be Flash
of
Genius.
Yeah. And you're going to use Flash of Genius. So Busby then begins.
So the way I imagine it works is Busby does the flashing lights thing, and then flies down, sees Maglow's finger twitch toward his bag, and then Busby goes in, and then the beak starts eating random leaves, flies onto Maglow, and then one of its eyes opens, and then this shot of this needle goes into Maglow's side like a EpiPen that breaks up because he's too far gone for the flashing lights thing to work, and Busby essentially acts as an EpiPen and jabs him in the side.
So Busby does this and grabs onto these herbs and then stabs you in the side with this pin that kind of opens up its beak, and this needle protrudes out, and it injects you with this substance that it's storing and processing. And immediately you feel this rush of adrenaline, and your body begins twitching and moving, and you are no longer paralyzed. However, you have made your saves. You are unable to do anything else this round, but you are no longer under the sway of the paralyzation. You can make a movement at half your movement speed. So obviously you don't want to be prone.
So I think Magla gets half up, kind of very sloppily grabs on Calder and climbs up and throws up immediately, and then kind of he's surrounded on all sides, so
behind you there are no living worms.
Oh, is that dead behind him?
All the worms behind you are dead.
Oh, but if he leaves, they're going to be able to get an attack on him. So he's just going to ready himself. He's going to start pulling things out of his bag and attempt to assess.
You kind of pull back and you kind of lean into Calder as the two of you now are like you're really blowing up Calder's spot here. As Calder was pretty dramatically posed, and then you kind of pull yourself up from the ground and then vomit. And like now you're both kind of crowded in this corner, and Calder's like trying to pull yourself around. Yeah.
Calder's dad is coming and is ruining his whole cool aesthetic.
Really embarrassing you against your new pirate friend over here. She showed up, and then everything got real awkward.
You're embarrassing me in front of the wizards and the pirates.
All right, that's it, Maglo. Good job, Calder. You're up now. Maglo is standing, thankfully, and you've got two of these worms that are just striking out, and they both are burnt and look wounded, but they're still kicking. What would you like to do?
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go for the crispy one, the crispiest.
All right. So you're going to swing out at that worm.
It's a little. I would be more specific. It's a little hard to tell because we're all on top of each other. Oops.
Yeah, it's the one right in front of you. So you can attack that with your vicious scimitar. You can do it twice if you so choose. You've not used any of your movement or your bonus actions. So let's do your attacks and then see kind of how you feel about it.
Cool. Sorry, I had to.
You have used your action surge. But don't forget you've got lucky. So if at any point you decide you don't like something, it's called no dungeon master. I'll damn well do what I please. Kind of the
take
best
a
feat
shot
ever.
and get a redo.
Yeah. So okay.
All right.
Let's see how you do.
Yeah.
Oof.
No. Not great.
With a +6, you rolled a 3. So
Yikes.
that was a miss. Do you want to roll your second attack, or do you want to make that different?
Make that different?
Well, you can re-roll with your lucky if you choose.
That's true.
You only get 3 of those per like sleepy time, but it's up to you.
I mean, I don't know. I might want to save it. I don't know how big this dungeon situation is.
I mean, right? And you've also got another attack, so you can just swing again.
Yeah, and I've been doing like okay, so.
Don't get cocky, kid. That's a natural 20.
Oh my lord!
I said don't get cocky, and you rolled a natural 20.
Are you serious?
My boy's insane.
So go ahead and roll it again. Let's see if you get another natural 20. If you get this.
I'm beginning to be scared of myself. Okay.
No, okay.
I'm happy you didn't get it again. I was about to scream.
It's like
Me too.
Gosh, everybody else, just go home.
You don't need the skill lucky.
You don't need
just
heroes.
are lucky.
Yeah.
Okay, Calder, you just critted this thing. You did 12 points of damage as you push forward and you stab into this worm as it lunges forward at you. And it's going towards you, but its tentacles are writhing around as it's lashing horribly, about to strike at Maglo, who has just pulled himself up and vomited. However, your rapier barrels through it as the rest of it falls limp and dead onto your body, and you push it backwards into the pit that it came out of, as that worm is now dead.
Picturing it looks a little bit like the old Star Wars poster where Calder's just like this with his rapier and Magnus like on his lap.
Hanging on the leg.
I was just about to
That's
say that,
exactly.
like, I'm pretty sure Calder has the sword from Inuyasha that doesn't work unless he's protecting Maglo. Like,
Do you mean Tinsega? Sorry.
Yes.
You have killed this worm, Calder. So good job. Is there anything else that you want to do? Do you want to move or reposition or?
Can I drag Maglo with me if I move?
No.
Okay, then no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to leave this gelatinous man.
Yeah, he appreciates that.
Abandon him.
Okay, so you're standing over
Sorry,
Maglo as the last worm is lashing about, and it doesn't seem to have any situational awareness as to the fact that the other 3 worms have been defeated, but it is still fighting. Saray, there's 1 worm left, and everyone seems to be standing, although somewhat woozy.
Okay. I'm gonna fling the dead one off of my spear into
Sure.
the pit.
That's a free action. You push
Okay.
it back, and it kind of falls wetly down onto the pit.
And then with a twirl of my spear, I'm gonna try and stab. Am I close to the other one? The one that's alive?
The one that's alive is over here. So you have to move forward. You're able to attack it from where you are, because your spear allows you to strike 10 feet away, or you have an additional strike range.
No, it's only 5 feet, I believe.
1, 2, 3. That's a 5-foot square there. I think you could hit it.
Oh,
you
it's 20 feet. That's fine. I don't see anything else hiding in the pile, right?
You don't see anything else.
Whatever
no.
this pile.
The charnel pit seems to be very
Can
calm.
I roll for perception to make sure?
Yeah. Go ahead and well, actually, I roll your perception checks. So let me.
It's a plus 8.
Everything. Yeah, everything seems perfectly calm, other than this 1 worm that's left.
Okay, I'm gonna use my movement to jump over everyone. Where am I? There I am. Boop 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 boop. Yeah, I'm gonna use my movement. Come on, thing. Move. Boop boop. Oh, I can't grab myself. There it is. Plop. So I'm like behind it. And then
Right.
that was weird. And then I'm gonna try and with a flourish of my staff, I'm gonna try and stab it in the face and end it.
All right.
Finish this.
You leap over, pole vaulting with your spear past the rest of your companions here. You need to make an acrobatics check when you land in the charnel pit, though, because that is a bunch of bones.
Fair. Yeah, fair.
You don't even know how deep it really is.
Whenever Saray does anything, Cal just like low key watches her like a kid watching superhero cartoons. But he tries to be cool.
That's so cool.
As you stand in a pile of Maglo's vomit.
We all kind of look at Saray like that, like Logan.
Yeah. You leap over, and you are going to lose your attack as you reposition yourself. The bones underneath you collapse inward as there's a tunnel or some sort of space underneath you where these worms have been moving, and it kind of like collapses inward. You're about waist high in bones right now. So go ahead and make a second acrobatics check.
I when I fall in, it's just like this, like, God damn it. And acrobatics check. Dang it.
Yeah, that's a natural 1. Go ahead and make a second roll to see if you get another natural 1.
I have a theory.
You
The
have a
reason why
theory?
Fabian and I roll so poorly, it's because
It's a
Culver
2.
has been secretly saving all of the good rolls.
Maybe.
So here's the thing. You fall all the way. Like, everyone loses sight of Saray. As Saray leaps over, lands in the bones, it shifts underneath her. There's a moment, and Saray drops and then falls all the way in. We'll come back to you, Saray.
That's not great.
Straight up Star Wars trash compactor moment. You're gone.
Perfect.
Calder's
Yeah.
face goes from like the watching the superhero cartoons to like, no.
Yeah, kill your heroes. It doesn't.
Kill your hero.
Okay, so with that, it is Doddle's turn. Doddle, you have a handful of bat poo. What would you like to do?
I saw Saray go into the muck,
You saw Saray leap into a bone pit and then just disappear.
Oh God! Is the one that has Illyri up against a wall still kicking?
Yes, that one is
Yes?
still alive. Yeah,
I wanna jump on it if I can.
you may.
I'm gonna jump on it. I'm gonna say
Go ahead.
Illyri. Is it Ellery? Illyri? Ah! I'll get the hang of it eventually.
It's L-E-R-E, right? Is that correct? L-E-R-E? L-E-R-E?
O'Leary.
Illyri!
Illyri, okay.
And I'm gonna. This is just me trying to be creative with it. Voice and concentration. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm gonna jump onto the slug. Boop! And I'm gonna say something in Elvish, and I'm gonna bite down.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna cast Vampiric Touch, please, and thank you.
Come on, Vampiric Touch.
All right.
I don't have to bite it. I'm just having fun.
Okay, you are jumping onto the creature. So that's positional. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check just to get yourself into that position.
Oh, I rolled it twice by mistake.
It's okay. What was your first roll?
18.
18 is good enough. You leap onto the head of this creature as it lunges downward, and you slap your hand down, and immediately this arcane energy washes through you as you drain the creature. I need to let me just make that check to see if it helps.
Can I say something?
Oh, whatever you want to say.
Sweet. Like I'm biting down on the thing, and I'm gonna come back up and be like, Illyri, get up! You're doing so good.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead and make your melee strike just to be sure that the bite. I mean, you're gonna bite it no matter what. But let's have you do your attack.
Biting is literally just for flavor. I just gotta
Yeah.
touch it.
Get
I'm
flavor?
I'm not upset about that. Like, I'm not upset about the flavor. You're never gonna hear me argue about that. But I do need you to make a mechanical strike.
That 11,
11.
sorry, was to hit, and then the 12 is the damage.
Yeah. No, I see the 11, and you do bite the creature, but it doesn't penetrate its thick hide, as the vampiric touch element of this is not going to enact. You've effectively missed the AC.
Ow.
So, but for flavor, you do bite onto it. You do say everything that you're saying. However, you're not really doing any damage. You're just riding the back of this worm and biting it. So yeah, Doddle's gnashing her little goblin teeth into the back of this worm. It doesn't seem to. The worm just seems really angry as it lashes back and forth. We're gonna move past you, Doddle, unless you have a bonus action or something you'd like to do.
No, I'm just gonna yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker!
All right, you speak some weird arcane words that nobody understands.
That's what I say in Elvish.
Yeah, in Elvish. The Elvish.
Come on, Elvish.
Allow me to pull out my Sindarin dictionary to make sure that. Yeah, okay, we've got that.
It translates roughly to yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Roughly to yippee. Well, they actually do have Die Hard on Evermeet.
Except it's all elves.
It's all elves.
There's a Bruce Willis elf.
Okay, we're done. We're not going down this rabbit hole.
I'm making this. I want to make this.
Juniper, you're up. You see Doddle jump onto the back of the last worm. What would you like to do?
Okay, I think I wanna. I don't want to hurt Doddle. Darn it. Okay. And I am standing right over there. And it's the one that's like next to Maglo, right?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, then for my move, which I know you're going to have me do in acrobatics, I want to do like a pretty cool like flip over the thing to kind of mimic Saray a little bit. So I can land hopefully on its back. Okay, let me see. Put my. Then I'm gonna acrobatics. Yeah.
Yeah, acrobatics.
17. And
Sorry, let's make an adjustment here.
You're good.
17 is going to succeed. Where are you trying to position yourself exactly, June?
like, this girl is trying to land directly behind the dawdle, like on the thing. And then since I succeeded in that, okay. Fuck it. She's gonna. God damn it. She's gonna go ahead and thorn whip this guy, but she wants her whip to like wrap around its head, so that you can like, you know.
Yeah.
Thing.
You're gonna lasso this.
Try to decapitate it a little bit if I can.
Oh, you're trying to decapitate. Well, let's just see how you do. With
yeah, let's see how I do.
Go ahead and make a melee attack.
Okay. Sorry, I'm like using everything on my phone, so I'm like.
That's okay.
How dare you?
The audacity. The audacity. Okay. Let's see.
How dare she use the technology that is acceptable to her?
Provided to her. Okay. Where am I?
Cancelled.
Okay, is that just a D20? Because I'm not finding it.
Yeah. It's a melee attack, so you're making a melee spell attack.
Oh. Okay.
So it's a D20 plus. I can find out for you.
I think it's plus. Wait.
I'm gonna guess 3, but I don't know.
Because
I don't have your sheet right in front of me. So.
Right, I'm looking.
3.
Yeah, it's
correct.
3. I see it
right
here.
Yeah, plus 3.
Do I have time to go see the puppies again?
Yeah, go for it.
16.
16 is going to strike. Go ahead and roll your damage.
All right, let's see. I did Thor whip you out. Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah, so you have
2d6. 8.
So you lash around the creature's neck, and the vines that shoot out from your hand tether it. However, the vines then kind of break underneath the weight of it as it pulls forward. You do not decapitate it, but you do a fair amount of damage as the vine kind of withers and disappears. Next up, is there anything else that you would like to do first, Jennifer?
Oh God.
Do you have a bonus action? No? Okay.
I do not.
Okay, so immediately Hawk turns and having drained this other worm, sees what's happening and steps forward. I'm just going to have Hawk attack normally, as Hawk probably wouldn't blow through everything that he's got prepared. And it seems like this fight is on the back end. So I'm just going to say he's going to strike at it. So he kind of looks out at all of you. I don't know that we should all be standing on the worm when we're attacking it.
Is this really the time for that? Come on, do something.
Fine. He swings as he steps forward. He swings his sword, and he hits. Let's see here. It does 2d6. So he strikes with his sword. Womp he does stab into it with the blade. It does some damage. He does not have green flame blade activated. What is this here? And then there's not a second target, so he's fine. That's his attack. So he stabs forward. He causes some damage. He's now standing next to Maglo, Illyri, and June. You guys are all over here. Everyone has pretty much moved forward. We're moving past Hawk. Illyri, it is now your turn. Hawk has stepped forward and stabbed into this last one. and both Dottle and June are standing on it.
You got it?
We don't have it. You should do something.
Use a little bit of help here.
All right. I move forward and I wipe the goo off my face and go to, grab my rapier and take a stab at it.
I don't want to point out the obvious, but you're being kind of nonchalant about this.
Hawk, now is not the time.
I was doing fine on my own.
Oh, please, someone just kill this thing.
Okay, so Illyri, go ahead and roll your strike. You have 2.
Oh, I hit the wrong button.
That's okay.
It said 15 plus 6.
Wow, we stand.
I also have unintentionally tethered the idea of Hawk with young Keanu Reeves.
Yes!
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, I was like, oh, okay, I got to do a Hawk thing.
Like,
and I
wait,
was
like Matrix Keanu Reeves or like
I mean,
Bill and Ted.
it's like in between Matrix and Bill and Ted, somewhere in there.
God, I love Hawk. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Okay, so no one tell him, even though this is in the
Shit, then
podcast.
maybe I love it.
Okay.
Love
So-
that though.
How did you do on your attack here?
It
Did
says rapier to hit 15 plus 6, 1d20 plus 6 equals 21.
So you got a 21 to strike. You absolutely have hit. I don't see it on roll 20, but that's okay, as long as you know what you got. You step forward, you stab into the worm with your first attack. How much damage did it do?
Which one do I roll for that?
So if you go to your on roll 20, you should have one that allows you to roll directly on the roll 20 so that it automatically kind of sends you everything. If you go to your weapon and you click on the weapon that you want to use, which would be your rapier in this instance, and then you go up to the top and it says beyond 20, and I'll click it right now. And I just rolled for you, and it says what your attack was and what your damage was. So you did 7 points of damage.
Woo!
And if you click it again, you can do your second attack if you choose to keep attacking.
Yes, please.
Go for it. You can.
I keep hitting the wrong button.
No, that's okay. I'll roll for you here and roll 20
Okay,
if you can
thank
see
you.
it. You got a 14 to hit, which is that hits. You do actually hit. So
Yeah.
your second attack strikes, and you do 11 points of damage. So you did 18 points of damage in total. As your rapier punctures it once, it shrieks outwardly, flinging its head back. And I need Dottle and June to make an acrobatics check as you stab it a second time, and it falls dead into the charnel pit.
Woo!
So, Illyri has just stepped forward and with a rapier stabbed into it multiple times, killing the final of the worms. Juniper, how'd you do?
9.
Okay, you fall into the pit and disappear into the bones. Dottle, how'd you do on your acrobatics check?
Me?
Yes, please. You're riding on the back of the worm. Illyri has just killed it, and it falls down limp, and you are now tumbling into the charnel pit of corpses. You need to make a acrobatics check.
Which is
please.
also on fire, or has that part not?
No. There's no fire. It's just been charred.
Got it.
Nothing continued to really burn. There is a charred smell, and the walls have all been kind of charred, but luckily there wasn't like oily rags or anything stored in this cavern. So it's
I was like, bruh.
I got a 16.
okay, Dottle, you leap forward and you land on the ledge right in front of Calder and Magalo. So you don't fall in, but Juniper disappears with the dead worm.
Juniper!
Peace out, y'all.
Yeah.
You reach for the whip.
Okay, and that is going to take us out of combat for the moment. Everyone immediately is aware that the creatures that have fallen in the charnel pit have disappeared underneath the bone. The two others that are in the cavern with you are now lying there dead, kind of twitching.
Can I?
What would you like to do?
And June and Saray have also fallen in.
You do not see either June or Saray. They are in the pit.
The two of us that are in the pit, are we aware? Like, are we knocked out? Are we alive? Are we
Like, how am I doing?
Are we able to make noise? Are we like that's my question.
You do not hear anything above the pit. I'll come back to you both in a minute.
Okay.
But Mago would have seen them go under.
Yes.
Cool. Momo, you have your hand up.
Yes.
Are we out of initiative order? Can I do
it? You can do whatever you guys want. Talk amongst yourselves.
I still have the rope from when I was trying to tie it up there, right? I'm gonna tie the rope around myself, please and thank you. May I do that?
It is still tied around your waist, isn't it?
Oh, I didn't realize that was a thing we did, but that works for me.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna... Who are my options here? Illyri is still here, Calder, and Maglo's throwing up, so probably not him.
Maglo is grabbing out like a machine to do. He's like clearly he has a plan and is about to do something.
It's just your two homegirls.
Who's closest to me?
Hawk is there as well.
Who's closest to me?
You hand it to Hawk.
Hawk, take this. I'm gonna dive into the pit and go get our friends.
He kind of looks down at the rope. And then you jump in.
Maglo goes in after her, but throws down a small metal shield that has this small automaton that has these little like propellers that's holding a rope, and he casts rope trick. Which has a rope that's just like perpendicular to the ground, and is diving in after June. Okay, so this little brass construction opens up, and it's hovering a little ways over you as you leap in after. Does anybody else want to just jump into the charnel pit before we go any further?
Yeah, why don't we just like an Olympic swimmer, just dive. There.
Is that what you're doing, Calder? Are you jumping in as well?
I'm.
Who has not yet jumped into the charnel pit and wants to? Is anybody else leaping in? There's a hovering little robot creature, an automaton made of brass and gears that is floating with a rope. Hawk, you are holding onto a rope that has yet to go taut, as Doddle has just leaped in. June and Saray are gone. They've been missing now for a couple of moments. Illyri and Calder and Hawk are standing out there. Busby's flying around this magical rope and beeping and clicking.
Oh no, I leaped in.
Yeah.
I was for real about that.
Calder just jumps in.
We could like a Captain Blood situation, leaping to the rope.
Yeah.
So sick.
I'm not even going to make you roll for this because you've been rolling so well. I don't want to see a bunch of natural 20s. You just dramatically swan dive into the bones without like a moment's hesitation. And that leaves Hawk and Ellery. You're standing up here. What are you doing?
I look at him, look at the hole, look back at him.
I just look at Ellery. What the fuck?
In there?
I did. Why did she jump? I know why she jumped in, but why did she jump in?
Well, the question is, are you gonna jump in?
I don't know. What happens to the rope if I jump in? If I jump in, there's nobody holding the rope. Although, like, are you gonna jump in? Please don't jump in.
jump
This
in.
undead cat walks up to you, Hawk, and sits down and just licks its paw and looks up at you. Harold runs past and leaps in.
Do I leap in? Do I jump in? I look at the cat.
The cat looks up at you.
Do you speak dead cat, Ellery? Or wait, I don't know your name. Excuse me, new person. Do you speak dead cat by chance?
No.
Yeah, me neither. I took Undercommon instead. I look at Ellery. I look at here. You know what? Why don't you hold on to this real quick? Would you mind?
Sure, why not?
I leap into the pit. She grabs the rope.
The cat kind of looks over at you, Ellery. You're holding this rope, and it goes taut, finally, and you hear somewhere off in the distance, "To that line!" And it just kind of echoes off, and you're standing there as you're alone in this cavern, and it's very dark. You do have dark vision that starts to set in as your half-elven eyes start to adjust. And the cat is still standing there, but you swear that its eyes sort of glow with this kind of pale green light in the darkness. And then you see that it turns and leaps into the pit too.
It's gonna be me in that pit. I jump on in.
So you jump into the pit, and everyone now has jumped into the pit of bones, which I have described multiple times as a charnel pit of corpses.
Yeah, this is absolutely the worst idea. At least I have a way out. Thing holding it.
Now we're all here.
Yeah. So let's start with those who were in the pit first. Saray, the bones slip around you, and you start tumbling through piles of skulls and ribs, and just bones are everywhere, and there are spider webs in between them, and there's a gross kind of sooty substance that's like covering you as you kind of fall through them.
Does it feel like this is way deeper than the room originally could have been? Like, does it feel like, do you know what I mean? Like, when I was up above it, did it look like it wasn't deep? And now that I'm in it, I'm like, holy fuck, this is a deep ass pit.
That's exactly what you're thinking as you fall through these bones, and it's like you're breaking through rotten wooden boards as bones are snapping underneath you, and you keep falling, and then you'll get caught for a moment and you'll keep falling down. There is stone on one side of you, and you start kind of buffeting back and forth, but you are unable to catch yourself before you fall out of an opening and land rolling across more bones.
I feel like it's that one scene in that one movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ellery, there's something I need to tell you.
Yeah. I mean, you mean The Sandlot, which we all love that movie.
Yeah, it's that one.
That's
I don't know. It's one movie.
It's my favorite
No, I know what
scene
you're
in
talking.
Finding Nemo.
Yeah. So you're spit out from all of these shattered bones, and you're in the dark, and your eyes immediately adjust in the shadows. You feel this cold wash of air coming from somewhere, and it carries with it an even heavier stench as it emanates around you. And some of these bodies are less rotten than others, as there is a kind of a cloud of flies that are kind of working their way through this chamber. And it's not a very large chamber. It's covered on all sides by bone, and you can see now that the ceiling above you is honeycombed stone, and it looks like you've fallen into a chamber that has been carved out by these worms, and it creates a larger subsystem underneath whatever the chamber that you were in originally had, because it's just like peppered with these holes that go off in all directions. However, the floor of this area, much like the area above, is covered in bones, but you don't get the sense that there's anything underneath there except for ground. And your eyes are adjusting, and you see before you these round, wet, semi-translucent, pulsing pods. And there are probably about 70 of them.
Oh, it's
And
like that one movie.
They're about the size of Dottle.
Yeah.
And so as soon as your eyes adjust and you see all this, there's a crashing noise above you, and June falls down into this pit area. Now, June, I need you to make an acrobatics check as you fall in.
Oh gosh darn it! I can't see that. Okay, one more time. 13.
Okay, so you fall and you land kind of in front of Saray. Saray, you see that it's June immediately. You see the shield and Bones kind of crash in after.
Like, once I notice it's June, I'm going to help June up and make sure she's okay.
Well, she lands on one of these pods, and it explodes
Nope.
outward with a wet, sickly splat. And there is a writhing larva that is crawling across the floor, running off into the bones off to the side. So it's trying to get away. Do you allow it to run off?
No, I'm gonna try and throw my darts at it.
Okay, I'll give you a single dart strike as a reaction. Just go ahead and see if you hit it. No. 10? Yeah, so you miss it. It's very quick, and it skitters across the floor, and your dart hits some bones next to it as they shatter outward, and the creature disappears. You do help June up. June, you're there.
I'm gonna like dust you off as I get you up standing.
Okay. Well, June just stands.
As soon as you stand, there's more crashing, and at that point, we see Dottle with a rope fall out of the pit, and then the rope, for a moment, goes taut. And Dottle, you are hanging just about a foot off the ground.
Oh.
And you're looking down at one of these larva eggs.
Oh, hey, nice of you to
Don't
drop
say it.
in.
No, don't. Or I don't know how to proceed from here.
There's more crashing, and it was Maglo. You enter in with a rope, and
Oh, God. Are
Maglo, you stop just about a foot off the ground as well.
Okay.
I feel like I'm hanging like a pinata
no.
right now.
Oh, look, more.
Hello. Well, I mean, we can get back up if we want. This rope
There's more bones that crash inward, and Calder flies in.
Can I try if I see that?
Oh no, he dived in face first. I regret
Calder,
that.
I need you to make an acrobatics check, please, since you have no way to stop yourself from falling.
If I notice that Calder or whoever this is coming in doesn't have the rope fast enough, can I try and stop him from crashing into one of the eggs?
If you spend a key point. You've already
fine.
kind of acted. You've thrown a dart. So if you spend a key
Okay.
point, I'll allow you to do it. Because you're
Well-
using your monkly abilities. So yeah, it looks like Calder's going to go head first into some eggs.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a key point.
Do you... Okay, so then you need to make... How do
I'm
you
gonna
want to
spend
do
a
this?
key point and I'm gonna use
if you want to do no damage and try to attack
Step of the
him, you
wind?
can kind of like hit him, or yeah, whatever you want.
I guess I can't use
Knock
a
him.
step of the wind is to disengage, or dash actions.
So that means you can move really quickly. So what you
Okay.
probably want to do is either knock him out of the way or catch him.
Oh, I'm gonna try and catch him.
So go ahead and make an acrobatics check, please.
Whee!
Yep. Okay.
Hey.
So you actually catch Calder as he falls face first.
Cow blushes.
Yeah, face first into this this pile of eggs, and you kind of like jump over them and catch Calder just before he lands, and you're holding him like a sweet little baby.
I imagine like Calder's face is just like a few inches from one of these eggs.
Mhm.
That's what I imagine before I
Yeah,
catch
you're
you.
staring, and you can see through the translucent kind of pulsing skin of the egg. You see this like little larva moving around.
Cal just like, I owe you my life. I'm not certain I would have died, but if I got that in my mouth, I owe you my life.
Cal,
I'm gonna pull you back up. And
why are you here?
it's fine.
We had it.
There's a crashing noise, and Hawk appears. Hawk, you did not have a rope. Is that correct?
You have Dawdle's rope?
Oh, you're muted, Mike.
Sorry.
okay.
Yeah, I gave Ellery the rope and just
Oh,
kind of
okay.
jumped in feet first.
Well, yeah, but Dawdle's rope wouldn't have helped the situation. So, Hawk, you jump in, and there are bones everywhere. You're rocketed through this stony bone chute, and you fall through into this open chasm, and you fall directly into the space next to Calder. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
Good thing I'm great at dexterity things.
You have a +0.
Yep.
That's an 8.
Yep.
Yeah. So you land directly on a number of eggs, and they shatter outward, and these little
God damn
larvae shoot across the space, running rampant around you. And there's like a screeching noise. You do take 2 points of damage from falling in the wrong way.
Oof.
2 points of schmutz damage. Let's do
Yeah.
this.
And you're covered in this viscous fluid from the egg sacs, and it's
You're
disgusting.
the anchor, Hawk.
You
And-
did.
Weren't
You
you
told me
supposed to be
literally
holding the rope?
nothing.
And
You,
then
you told me nothing.
more disconcerting in this situation, however, Dawdle, you drop to the ground very kind of abruptly, and there's a crashing of bones as first you see Harold flutter down, wings like outstretched and not flying well, kind of floating down, and then you see Ellery drop down into the space. Ellery, I need you to make an acrobatics check.
Oh shit. She's
We
good.
weren't doing this for fun.
Ellery, you land on your feet.
Like a superhero.
Yeah, it's totally like the tripod pose. As Ellery like drops down to the ground and
Oh my god.
catches herself. You have a egg on either side of your hand and one in front of you, but you've missed them entirely. So you catch yourself, and then on Ellery's back, the undead cat kind of lands and then jumps off and then goes to Saray and stands and looks up. Wow.
Why?
What?
Or
Why-
all of
why
us
not?
down here?
No, don't worry. Your friends down the hallway, they're coming.
Huh?
What?
I'm sorry,
What?
the what?
Who?
Yeah, I heard their voices. They're coming.
Huh?
What?
Do you mean is that okay? Right.
Friends?
Mago just
I don't
assumes
have
that the
any
Xanthars
friends.
have just found them and just disables rope trick and then just pulls it down so they can't
Oh.
find them.
Yep.
Okay,
so
right. Well, this ain't
the
gonna
ro-
work then.
The rest of the rope drops down with the brass shiny bit, and Busby enters in, beeping and making a kind of an alert noise. It lands on your shoulder, and everyone now is in the worm nest.
Okay, right.
Cal
Okay.
just draws his sword like, so are we killing these? Are we killing all? Are we?
No.
He just points at the eggs.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, we're doing that. That's no
Right,
trouble.
yeah,
I
okay.
think we have to leave a tiny bit, go further into the tunnel so these guys don't hear us. Whoever's fucking following us.
I mean,
Follow us in.
Well, wait, what did they look like? What did they sound like?
I don't know. I just heard their voices coming down the hallway. But if you're all not expecting anyone, perhaps we just lay low here and listen to what they have to say.
I have a question.
Not a bad idea. Right.
So first of all, Ellery, if something's chasing us and we're not, believe it or not, we're not really friends with each other. So anything, and we're not expecting any friends because I don't think we have any beyond this little group that we have here, and we're not even that friendly. So if I set fire to all of these eggs here, is that going to prevent people from then coming down and following us?
It's going to be
So
really.
the tanks that we were fighting, we can assume these are the babies of them. So we should cleanse all of this. But
now
maybe
that you
first.
said that, it feels a little bit like a war crime, but okay.
Most definitely.
I mean, they are evil.
They haven't done anything to you yet. Just
Are they evil
parents.
or
Those
gross
did.
and hungry? Because
Yeah,
I
the
too am
parents.
frequently gross and hungry. And I can't blame anything for that.
right. We're kind
Can
of
I
in its
inspect
home.
the eggs? Do I recognize like what these things might be?
I would love for people to make a nature check. If you
People?
are so interested or feel like you might have skills that would lead you to believe what this
Oh,
is.
crit fail.
Maglo.
Maglo, can we fucking...
Can we have you roll another d20 to see if Maglo...
That's a crit
two.
fail. That's
Oh
two
my
crit
God.
fails, lads.
Fails.
Hi, everyone.
Oh,
Hi.
no.
It's
How
me.
is
It's
this
called
going to go?
Counterpart.
Did Ellery get a 20?
That's
Holy
an
shit.
unnatural. It's a dirty 20 on acrobatics. So
Oh.
that's not for this
Right.
roll.
I'm going to do my third.
Yeah, third. So don't get another natural one. No.
I got an
Okay,
18.
great.
It's all right.
That would have been real intense. If I had to alter the campaign based on the fact that Maglo didn't know something.
Yeah.
Maglo didn't know his eggs.
Yeah. Wow. I need to think about that for a second. How did everybody else do?
I got,
I
That's a
an
13. Oh.
I got a rock.
13, an 8. 8's no good, Hawk. You don't know what these are. Calder, you don't know what they are.
I don't care. I just know that they're bad.
Yeah.
least
What did you
I
get,
had-
Juniper?
I don't know what they are.
You don't know what they are?
Is it too
real
late for
bad that
me
you
to
don't know?
roll a nature check?
You can make a nature check if you like.
The one who follows the nature domain.
Oh.
doesn't
I
know
keep
that.
accidentally rolling twice.
Yeah, well, you got a 12.
Yeah.
So you don't know what they are either. However, Maglo knows what they are.
How convenient.
Maglo, you know with absolute certainty. Hold on a second. Let me make sure that I got this right so that I don't.
Oh, good. Yeah, do research on how
Yeah,
badly this is
let me. I'm gonna just look something up here. Yeah. Okay. So these creatures are larval forms of what is known as a purple worm,
Fuck that.
and they are extremely dangerous. The ones that you fought upstairs must be smaller versions of them. And while you don't recall stories of these underground dwelling worms having tentacles, you think that might be a early, like an adolescent stage of their development. And you seem to recall reading that they had varied forms that they approach and pass through as they mature. And so you think that what you fought upstairs, the 4 worm creatures, were adolescent versions of a purple worm, which is lucky because if they were full adults, then they would have been so large and hideously difficult to defeat that you probably all would have been dead. These things can become as large as a house. And
right, guys, I'm not joking now. The amount of these, with what they are, can literally destroy all of Waterdeep. Like these things have to go.
So.
Cal makes a face like he's considering, like, how bad would that be really?
Oh.
And then he pulls out his axes.
When you said destroy Waterdeep, like how?
Like completely eviscerate the entire city.
Shall I?
Yeah, damn it.
Then I don't know.
We should probably get some distance between. Oh, sorry.
No. I was just gonna say Calder's talk about them being evil has me thinking now, and now I'm not so sure. Like maybe we could train them to not destroy.
No, you can't. They're not like
Cal walks
animals.
towards
They're
the
not
eggs
like
with his
dogs. They're
axes.
not...
I don't know 180.
Guys.
Let's go.
What if we put some distance between ourselves and the eggs, and then so that way.
That's a good idea. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a better idea.
Yeah. Or like bringing the whole cave down on, like the whole. I mean, not bringing the crypt down on top of it because that will cause us more problems later down the line. But definitely doing something that's.
We should also wait until whatever's upstairs leaves.
What you also know, Maglo, is that they are treasured spell components and are very valuable on the black market. That you do with what you want with that, but
What stage? Like the
Uh,
lava stage are like good, or
the larva is not as good as the adult, but you could definitely sell them for a small fortune.
We already have a
Or-
small fortune.
I'm just saying that they are valued spell components. So however you wish to approach that, I'm just letting you know what you know with absolute certainty.
yeah. After the brief amount of panic about being able to destroy Waterdeep, some shit just goes off in his mind, and then he holds his hand up to Doddle, who's like ready to cast a big spell, and is like, or we could sell these because purple worms, these in their biggest forms, are like fucking really good spell components, like really, really sought after. And Saray, this might be another jackpot, like rivaling what we got before.
I'm sorry, are you suggesting a purple worm farm? Because I'm gonna have to vote no on that one, I think.
Well, no,
Yeah.
we just take them, just give them to other people.
Oh,
Other
we give
people
them
On the
to
black
people
market,
who
these
might.
things are worth loads. Or
What
we
was that,
destroy
Hawk?
them. I don't mind either way.
So either we kill them or exploit them. Those are your options.
Those are
Either
the
we
only
kill
two
them or we
really good
possibly-
options. I mean, I'm just saying, so everyone has all the information, and we can make it just like an actual decision
Didn't you
on this.
get enough money?
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is like, I'm just trying to so everyone knows all the information of everything. We can make
June
an
puts her
actual
hands
decision.
up and she like turns to Doddle and she goes, "You couldn't make these all go away, right? Pretty quickly."
What were you saying, Hawk?
Yeah, I mean, our options are, sure, we could sell them for a lot of money, even though we already have a lot of money, and like we don't know who we're selling him to. What if it's, a Zentar, some Zentarim who want to grow him up to full force and then like unleash him on a village?
You see what
Yeah.
you do, Maglo? You make me agree with Hawk. This is
I just wanted everyone to have all the information. If I destroyed all this and Saray didn't know that these were worth a lot of money, that could come back to us.
I mean,
I'm
we could
just
we
saying.
could always just sell these to Rosie, and we trust Rosie. Rosie wouldn't sell them to bad people. In fact, I think Rosie would probably figure out a way to use them herself. I mean, I think that's a great idea.
Rosie being a good person doesn't mean she won't sell to bad people.
I mean,
Because how do you
June
know
is-
if the
June
people
is
are
right,
bad?
because we gave Rosie a lot of spell components, and Rosie's definitely selling them to bad people.
Well, let's hear what Hawk has to say.
Yeah. I mean, Saray, do you still have that dwarven glaive by chance?
Yes.
As a favor, why don't you bring that out for us real quick? Just humor.
Okay, and I reach into my back and I pull out the dagger. It's still like wrapped up in whatever Fiddle Scratch had wrapped it in. Like I haven't even touched it since like he gave it to me. And I unfold the leather bits. And...
So inside the leather wrapping is a very broad dwarven glaive. It is a knife-like blade, but it's very blunt on the tip, and it opens up almost like a cleaver, and it moves all the way down to a very finely crafted and very tightly wrapped handle, and the hilt and the pommel are all inset with gems of varied types. There's emeralds and sapphires that kind of are worked within it with a couple of rubies. It is very beautiful, but it is also very functional. And worked within it are dwarven runes all along the blade and on the hilt and the pommel itself. They are worked within it in a way that the writing, the dwarven writing, seems to follow along the shape of the blade itself, as if it were as functional as it was decorative. It is a beautiful, very old dwarven blade.
What are you getting at, Hawk?
All right. So for everybody who wasn't here when this happened, the person that owned that was a very kind rat catcher named Bretta Brightgleam, I think, right?
Yes.
Now, Saray, how did you come into possession of that?
Fiddle Scratch gave it to me.
Nope. Phil Scratch, you inherited it from her, as Phil Scratch told you. And how did you inherit that?
Because Bretta Brightgleam has no next of kin.
Yeah. Bretta died because we took an unnecessary risk to get a law of loot.
Hold up. I'm going to stop you there. Yes, we did get a lot of loot and we did profit from that. But all of those spell components are super dangerous, and taking them out of the hands of the Xanathars is the best idea than leaving them there and giving the Xanathars an extra tool to do harm.
Maybe, and maybe you're right. Absolutely. I'm willing to be wrong on this. What I'm saying is that was the last risk. That's what happened the last time we took a big risk. What I'm saying is, should we take that level of risk again, especially with something that can be as dangerous as what Maglow's saying?
As their conversation gets heavier, Cal just backs up next to Ellery and elbows her and the flask, just share a drink. Ooh.
I have to agree with Hawk on this.
I kind of am on his side as well.
In the quiet of this chamber, as light flickers from Hawk's blade and you are surrounded by the wet, mucus-covered eggs and the remains of all of the corpses that have been pulled down here by all of the worms, the cat, the undead cat, turns to you, Saray, looking up at you with these kind of gleaming green eyes, and looks back at the tunnels up. There are, to be clear, a network of holes around you. You could go anywhere you want.
I'm gonna roll the dagger back up and I'm gonna put it back in my fucking pouch or whatever the fuck it goes back there. I'm so frustrated. And can we hear, we're being loud down here arguing with this. Can we hear what's going on up above us? Can we hear anything moving or anything?
Now I'll make 1, 2, we have 3 2 elven type people. Nope.
Wow.
Cool. I'm gonna say, fine. We won't take it. I'll listen to you all. But if these things hatch and become ridiculous monsters that destroy all of Waterdeep, this is on you.
Okay, but
Not
I
gonna
could.
hatch, right? We're destroying them.
Yeah, I could.
Oh, 2 got away.
Actually, about 5 got away.
5 got away.
It is more of a problem.
Light him up, light him up, light him up.
Yeah, just do it now.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Wait, back up.
Before we do that, there's
there's people possibly upstairs. Remember following us?
I think I might be able to keep them from coming down here.
I'm also
coming
way
down
less
here-
worried about the people up there than the.
Plus, they'd
Baby
land in the
Busby can
fire.
go have a listen.
And
See
make yes. Let's have a listen before we destroy anything and make a lot of noise, or else we're gonna have another problem on our hands.
Right, I'm gonna go have a listen. Saray, can you try and find the 5 fucking baby purple one? Oh, actually, no, well, I mean, they're early, right? So surely they can't last very long.
Perhaps, perhaps we could send Busby up to take a look.
Yeah, that's what I'm taking. I'm trying to get him.
Can Busby also scan around and try and find the larvae that
He can, but I mean,
possibly
Busby's
are
going
in
up.
here?
Calder, what do you
Knockout.
think?
How old do these things? How old and how big do these things have to be to lay their eggs? Because where's that guy?
That's a great question. Since all of you have failed your nature check, except for Maglo, Maglo seems to be the only one with knowledge on purple worms. Maglo, you can make another nature check if you'd like to expound on your knowledge of purple worms.
But get another 2 crit fails. He's like, no, they can do it from babies.
Asexual.
7,
They
he doesn't
just
know if he
split.
Yeah.
How
you
suddenly
don't-
like
you don't know.
looking up at all of these holes, like very uncomfortable. Like,
You've reached the end of your purple worm knowledge.
I don't know. I've read a brief bit about purple worms. I haven't really fully read. And
Then I don't think we should waste any time. We don't know if there is a much bigger, nastier one that must have laid these that's like about to maybe come back. Because this is a
Right.
lot of babies. To
Okay,
just
listen,
leave, and we've been here.
Cal, 10 minutes. Like we're gonna sit here. I'm gonna send Busby up. If Busby can't sense, hear, listen to anyone, we're gonna come back down. We're gonna prep because once we destroy all of these, the mother is probably gonna come back, and we're gonna have a little fight in our hands. If not, we can decide what to do, and just get back to the top of the crypts. Right?
I swear to God, if we all die.
I will also be very pissed if we all die. So we probably will. Right?
Do this, do your thing.
Busby, go. Busby. Flies off. Tries to wheel his way through bones.
Okay, so there are a number of different exits through here. How do you want to proceed with the creatures that are there?
Is this Buzz?
So are you going to send Busby up?
Yeah, Busby's going up.
Okay, so Busby breaks through the bones and enters back up into the upper structure of the cavern. And immediately you hear some clicking and some beeping. And what are you having Busby do?
Busby's going to try and be. Oh, well, first of all, is going to try and do like as good as they can, like a sound check to see if they can hear anyone talking or any footsteps or anything like that.
Okay, so Busby is very quiet and beeps for a minute, and then as that echo of the beeping kind of echoes off of the sides of the walls, it becomes very, very quiet. And as you're standing there, surrounded by the wet, undulating eggs of these strange worm-like creatures, the emptiness of the caverns around you echoes throughout the space, and that's where we're going to end it for this session. So we're going to come back to this next week, and we'll see what Busby discovers, and we will continue on as you have defeated the very clear baby purple worms that were attacking you earlier.
I'm loving the only time everyone just stops and listens to Maglo is the one time I get 2 crit fails in a row, and he's definitely wrong.
Everyone else failed too. So, but I mean, you really failed.
Really failed.